From thetraderguy.com, this is Chris taking a look at one of my favorite exotic currency pairs, the US dollar against the Singapore dollar. The reason I'm looking at this and bringing it to people's attention is that it is sitting at a pretty important barrier in the form of 1.38. So when you look at the chart from a longer term standpoint, you can see clearly that the 1.38 level has been important going back to at least the end of 2022. And when you go back even further than that, you can see this area has caused a lot of noise. Now, typically, I would look at this as a potential selling opportunity, but we have interest rates in the United States skyrocketing, and the Federal Reserve is nowhere near being able to cut aggressively. Furthermore, what's really caught my attention is the price action for the past week. Notice we have formed a potential continuation hammer or possibly a hanging man. I think this week's going to be very important. So, as things stand right now, if this pair can break above the 1.3850 level, I'm buying and I'm aiming for a pretty big move, perhaps all the way to 1.4350. On the other hand, if we break down below the lows of the last 2 weeks, then we have to really start to pay attention to how this pair behaves at that juncture. For what it is worth, this is a pair that has been on an absolute tear for the last couple of months, as you would expect with the US dollar being so strong. Looking at the daily chart, you can see that we did get a quick pullback on the Monday session for the past week, but Friday we tested this area. It did pull back a little bit, but quite frankly, I think a lot of that probably comes down to people going home for the weekend. So watch the US dollar against the Singapore dollar. This could be a pretty important setup. Come see me at thetraderguy.com. Sign up for the free newsletter. I send it out roughly weekly on my thoughts around the world and financial markets to give you a leg up on trading.